Good morning, everyone. Is it still morning? Yes. My son just left, my 30-year-old son just left for camp. He's actually teaching at camp this summer, which he's going to have an amazing time. That's the kind of energy it is today, you know, going out to do something for the first time, new beginnings. I have the 40, 50, 60 union read for the twin flames, as well as the twin flame read, the basic one. And we're going to roll the die. Let's go ahead and first and take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings. I am Ha. I am Aham. I am And so it is. Okay, let's roll the die, guys. What's up for the twin flames today? Something just fell. I have no idea what it was. We have Taurus. We have the number 12, which is also the Hangman, and or Pisces, or for me, I always get the Capricorn from the Hangman. And then here is the North Node, which is in Gemini, I believe, still, as we're in the energy of Gemini right now. Okay, so Gemini and Mercury, as I'm putting them on the number 22. Okay, and also on that card is the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and that's the intuition card on top of self-love in the numerology deck. All right, I'm going to show you the reads, and then we're going to get right into it. You have to look at the reads today because they are so beautiful, just aesthetically, but look at the energy there in the union read. Look how beautiful that is. We've never had the lovers in this position. And just look at the energies of all the other cards. This is the 4D, 5D, 6D, the Divine Feminine on the left, Divine Masculine on the right, the incoming Divine Feminine, the outgoing Divine Masculine, the underlying energy, and then here is the closing energy. And in the Twin Flame read, sorry about that, there are 7 out of 10 of the main cards of the 10 card read in the middle. 7 of 10 of them are major arcana today, which is very unusual. And then the whole read in front of you here with the 7 deck clarifier. It is a lot of energy on the table. It is a general reading. If something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. But if you want something more personalized, my information is below, as well as on my website, twinflames3344.com. I also have a CD out there called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn Stainthorpe, if you want to check it out. It's on Google Play, Amazon, CD Baby, and iTunes. And of course, my website, you can get it through me if you're in the United States. And let's get going with the read. Okay. So today is the 13th of June. And well, the 13 is the death card. The read was done yesterday on the 12th. 12 is the Hangman going into the 13 of the transition or death card. And then yesterday was also the 23 of the King of Wands going into the 24 of the Queen of Wands. So let's see. We started the union here with the 1047, which was 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, 47 of the 7 of Cups, the synchronicities, the choices, the heaven in your eyes energy. We have the underlying energy of the lovers today, the central energy of the Ten of Wands, which is also the Atlas energy, and then the closing energy of the Four of Pentacles, which in the Syrian Starseed deck for me is the Divine Masculine's heart in the Batcave. So the lovers explode in rainbow hues, source to violet light, their flame burning all colors bright. 2,000 years of red to green, no completing the spectrum, or now completing the spectrum. Just one second, I want to correct what I wrote there. Now completing the spectrum with green to violet, white, and silver and gold, and rose gold and magenta. At 10:58, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Swords, the connection, the 5D connection, climbing out of the dungeon, leaving the wounded warrior behind, with flame in hand, and Divine Masculine's heart warm and aglow in the Batcave, Crystal Cave, the Divine Feminine with rainbow light, and the Divine Masculine with crystal, heart, and love, in the climb toward the sun, S-U-N or S-O-N, rainbow and crystal children aligning here. The incoming Divine Feminine was the Six of Wands, King of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So good news in not following the leader. 5 organized in waves, Orgonite and Shungite coming up, energy waves of Orgonite and Shungite. The King of Wands shaman with organic rocks and natural energy healing of the Ace of Cups exuding aqua love of the mother and Gaia, like the love between mother and son, expanding and mastering of love through the fire, through the ring of fire, 2 flames, shaman, and 1 love. In the 4D here is the Four of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the 3 of Cups. The Divine Feminine Union, the Desert Castle, 1111, the 5 of Wands, to 1 wand, or minus the 1 wand. So if we give 5 wands, the 5 of Wands, which can be expansion and groups, but also conflict and the pursuit of happiness, and competition and fighting. But in the pursuit of happiness of the 5 of Wands and expansion, less 1 wand of the we had the King of Wands there, just one second, yeah. So we had the 6 of Wands minus the 1 wand in the King of Wands' hand, ends up in the 4 of Wands, which is the first card for the Divine Feminine in the 4D. So with affection expanded with the King of Wands, mastering of flames, congratulations, it's graduation day. It's a new day, a new dawn, a new life for you and me. The Divine Masculine with the 3 of Cups reunion, the small wave of emotion and joy, bridging together with the Page of Pentacles opportunity or invitation to learn more about your abilities or a new venture. So in the 4D, you guys, this is really beautiful energy. We have the union of the 4 wands on the feminine side. The 3 of Cups for me is also a union energy on the masculine side. And then the Page of Cups in between, which is opportunity or invitation. So they were showing me a picture, and I want to show you what I got here. Yeah, see if I can get that aligned with here. All right, so see the picture here? All right, so here's the 4 cups of the union. I mean the the 4 of wands on the feminine side, right? The 4 of wands and the 3 cups aligned between them. You see that? And then here is the pyramid with 4 sides, right? Because there's 3 sides and then the bottom is the 4th side. And then equaling the 11 of 3 plus 4 of the 4 wands, 3 cups, and then the 4 sides is 11. And then the drawbridge, which is what the triangle is, into the castle by the castle of the union, twin and twin, holy grail and holy communion in holy smokes of rainbow colors. Okay, so not only are we seeing the drawbridge over here, but we're seeing the smokestack of the castle as the rainbow smoke coming up, just like in the Lover's card. You see that? And you see how the smoke up here creates the toroidal field. You see that? Where the toroidal field, the 0 point, is the castle here. of the union. So really cool energy that came up right there. So again, the four of wands of the union, the home, the castle, the three of cups and coming together in joy, and then the drawbridge, which creates a triangle as you see it in the picture. It creates a triangle, which is the pyramid of 4 sides, 3 sides and in the bottom, which then equals 11. And then the drawbridge and the castle of union, twin and twin, Holy Grail and Holy Communion, in holy smokes of rainbow colors, like the Lover's card in this deck, exuding from the house, which is the smokestack, but it creates the toroidal field there. It's really beautiful, actually. 5D here with the 3 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and the 2 of Pentacles. The Divine Feminine present to the 3rd flame. She the gift of open heart to flame and magenta auric field and waves of grain. The Chariot or hope of transmutation. The Firewalker, empath. The walking transmuter, walking through walls with signatures of many. So again, this is breaking down of walls, and it's like any great walls, which has lots of writing on it from many people who have visited those walls, with the writing on the wall. So again, walking through those walls with signatures of many. So again, the walls that have divided countries and people and places, whatever it is for you. The Divine Masculine surrendering to all, that is by the sand at land meets sea, with pink auric field of whales nearby, Moby Dick, all wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, in a tale of third eye and field of possibilities. Crystal Tower versus Crystal Cave, the square under the triangle of the home, right? The home is a square with a triangle on top as the roof. The crystal ball of emotion to fill the space, which is then the energy of the happiness inside. Bridging together, danger, Will Robinson, lost in space. And by the way, when I looked up Lost in Space, his date of birth for Will Robinson was February 1st, 1987, which equals 28. And he was born in Santa Fe, which is Santa and Fe, which is Saint Iron, right? So we're going from iron core to diamond core and going from carbon to crystalline. And he was 4 feet 3 inches, which is the Emperor and the Empress, and 60 pounds, which is them finding peace. Hazel eyes, red hair, interested in electronics and robots, as well as a sister whose name is Penny, which is funny because the Pennsylvania insurance now is called Penny. So at 11:34, which is funny because we just talked about 11, then 34 of the Empress and the Emperor came up. But 11 is justice, 34 is the energetic exchange of the 8 of Wands, the arrows of love, bridging by leaving victim mentality behind, the wounded warrior with flame in hand, climbing up dark to light. And by the way, Lost in Space stuff was coming from lostinspace.fandom.com. So dark to light, crystal light, both standing in wet fields, making things glow, light bulbs and crystals, and showing what's possible with light. He sunrise, she sunset, she the dawn of his day, and he the romance on her set, as the sun fades into her nothingness. In the 6D here is the King of Cups, the 6 of Swords and Spirits connecting with me, and Karma. King of Cups, 6 of Swords and Karma in the 6D. The Divine Feminine King of Cups, which is unconditional love, eyes reflecting in a gentle pool of wine. At 11:41, I was getting connection right there. 11 is justice, 41 is the Ace of Cups. That life is fine. This is from Jesus Christ Superstar as well. Always thought that I'd be an apostle, right? Knew that I would make it if I tried. Don't disturb me now, I can see the answer. Till this evening is this morning, life is fine. The end is just a little harder when brought about by friends, as Spirit's connecting with me now. Remember the good times of breaking bread together and having fun, without judgment or the need to be number one. The Divine Masculine with karma of pink and blue, speaking in plasma and opening to his little girl inside. Plasma, plasma, but plas is body of still water, a pool, as we talk about a gentle pool of wine. The body of still water of plas, pool, puddle, mansion, palace, hall, to crack, break through the hall of records, to flush and flash, ma. And that was just so funny because right as I wrote that, to flash ma, my son ran out into the living room and said, Mom, don't look, because he was running to get something before he got in the shower. So it was pretty funny. The timing of these things is always like that for me. It's so funny. So again, plasma, body still of water, pool, puddle, mansion, palace, hall, to crack, break through the hall of records, to flush and then flash ma, and then in a smackdown of the relationship of mother and son and judgment thereof, breaking through to ma, bridging on the drawbridge above the moat, where dolphin shows go on daily in a circle of trust, no boats. And that was so cool too, that just came up about the dolphin, because when I was 14, it was the first time I flew. My dad took me and my sister to his meeting with him, which happened to be in Key Largo, and he was staying at the Ocean Reef Club, which I don't know if it still exists as that, because it burned down at some point after we were there. But there was a little cafe right on where the bay, right between the bay and the ocean right there, where they had dolphin shows at lunch every day. And there was a little bridge that went from the bay, over the bay to the ocean. So the same kind of energy was coming up here. So breaking through to ma, bridging on the drawbridge, like a bridge, above the moat, where the dolphin shows go on daily in a circle of trust and no boats. And that was at 11:51 to 52, which is the King and Queen of Swords. And my son had just left to go find a watch that he needed for camp at that time. So the Divine Feminine is the home, is the gift, the present, is unconditionally loving and master of their emotions, able to leap a tower in a single bound with only a few tears, or tears perhaps. The Divine Masculine here is joy, is the surrender, is the allowance, the karma-free zone. The plasma, ethers, and ethers is the AE of the ash, and then THER, right, ethers. Ash, theirs, the ashes are theirs, or the RS, which means awake or to awaken, or laugh, ha ha ha, LOL. Ashes, the laughs, to awaken, to LOL, ha ha ha, about ashes and cut and slaughter. In hindsight, that you can laugh at it now. Bridging with curiosity that killed the cat, to get them to come out of the basement 10 steps with the flame to the sea and swim with the dolphins and Lemurian friends, to wake up to unconditional love and peaceful, friendly emotions. The outgoing divine masculine here was justice, the 8 of wands, which is again that energetic exchange, and transition, which is the death card. Divine justice, or divine J, in the 8, or the dance of the F, which is that expansion and contraction, or reflection encompasses both, or the 8 of the dance off transition, so like a dance off transition of the dance between the masculine and feminine, both dancing between their own masculine and feminine, and then polarizing to come into union to dance together between the masculine and feminine. Truth and balance, which is T and B, green heart and aqua lung, which is G and A. So we have TB and then GA, which is Georgia, amongst other things. The need to breathe in energetic exchange, and then oxygen was coming up here as the 0 of oxygen, right, which is the human embodiment of source, which is oxygen, right, because we can't breathe unless we have oxygen, which is the atomic number 8, which is the dance, and the group number is 16, which is the tower moment, the epiphany. The relation, or the relative atomic mass, is 15.9994, right? Dealing with the shadow side and a lot of endings and compassion, and ultimately the 4 of stability and survival, but building together. We have oxygen, which is originally from oxygene, G-E-N-E, with an accent over the first E, from oxus, which is sharp, and genus, which is birth. So a sharp birth, which is oxygen, which is also colorless and odorless. in energetic exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, the O2 is like the 8-2, right? Because the O is the 8. The O is oxygen of the atomic number 8 of the dance of the twins, which is the 2 below, the 8-2, which is a reflection of the 28 of the twins, or 2 8s, and 8 by 8 standing next to each other, or so 8 plus 8 would be 16, and 8 times 8 exponentially is 64, which is the ending of a pain in the bliss, the dance of 2. The energetic exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, that plants use carbon and then put oxygen back in the air, back for the human again. And then I wondered, if you got caught like in a grave or something with a plant inside, would you be able to survive on the exchange of oxygen, right? Because the plant keeps putting out more oxygen every time you breathe. So I was kind of curious about that. I don't know if one plant would put out enough oxygen. I wondered how many plants would have to be in there. But at 1221 right here, which is the 12 of the hangman and the 21 of the world and completion, and also references the Jesus energy of the hangman, and the 21 of the world, which for me is also the divine feminine, so then that would represent Mary Magdalene. The crystal structure of the oxygen is a rectangle box. And then I finished that page at 1223, which is the hangman and the King of Wands, the man of passion. And the days yesterday and today were the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. All right. So divine justice, or oxygen, and a dance off with transition portal, with truth and balance, in and out, oxygen and carbon converting to crystalline and core iron and diamond core. So we're going from carbon to crystalline and then iron to diamond core, right? So we have the J and the 8 were coming up, but there's actually a word jate with J and 8, which means closed or shut. So it's like closing off the dance, right? Once you have 2 8s and then they come together and merge, right? The twins polarize and then come together. It's 11-11 right now, by the way, 22-27 and 11-11. 22 is the Fool and 27 is the Ace of Wands, that third flame at 11-11, by the way. So jate is closed or shut, which then seals off, right, the union, right? They already have an inner connection that's sealed off, but when they come into physical union, they also have an exterior union that is then closed off. Divine shutdown, it's coming up here as a divine shutdown of expansion and reflection, or expansion and contraction, which is reflection, because reflection is expanding and contraction. The transition through the portal over the threshold, right, going into the castle now at 0 point, and then the JF came up, which is the Egyptian form of JWF, so JW expanding and contracting of that F, or JW.F by James P. Allen in 2010. JWF also means flesh or meat. The divine dance of flesh in transition. Blind justice at 0 point. Again, the castle at 0 point, which I showed you, like the hourglass of the toroidal field, where the castle of the 4 flames and the 3 of cups merge together at 0 point in the castle, with the moat as the triangle, dancing in the dark with X1, which is 11, to X111, which is 13, the transition of justice to transition, with the 8 of Wands between them, right? Because we have 11 and 13, and 12 is between, which is the hangman, which is, again, the energy of Jesus on the cross. The Tasmanian devil, the whirlwind, the cyclone, at the helm, the circle of trust, the 0 point, in color my world, where all colors become one. Transitioning into the divine masculine's heart in the Batcave, where he's holding on, and Spirit's connecting with me. This is a very magical read, you guys. The ending number here is the 46, which is the 2 children hugging each other in a loving embrace. The horizontal pillars here were 10, 15, and 21, which is the wheel, devil, and world. And the vertical pillars came up as 5, 1, 7, 16, 5, 8, and 4, which is the Hierophant, Magician, the Chariot, the Tower, The Hierophant again, the Strength card, and then the Emperor, ending up with the 46, the Six of Cups, the children in the garden, or the children in this deck, the Seer and Starseed deck, where they're in a loving embrace. So the messages around this was destined, dark world with innocence, right? The innocence, whether it's a young child or old people or vulnerable people, otherwise, in high vibe and low vibe, coming full circle and loving each other as the Six of Cups. So it's literally the masculine and the feminine are showing the dark to light, right? The polarities that polarize into feminine and masculine, coming from the light and the shadow side, coming together to show everyone that light and dark can merge as one, being your inner children. The King of Swords in the Chariot, suddenly the Hierophant dances with the Emperor, also church versus state here. The Hierophant star suddenly, or blows up, in a 5D connection with the Emperor and the Six of Cups, kids, or soulmate or twin. Or the Hierophant manifests a vehicle out of nowhere, gaining strength of the Emperor and kids, or soulmate or twin. All right, so then we go into the Twin Flame read, and the Syrian Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 1244, which is again the Hangman, and the 44 of the Four of Cups, grounding and integrating and mastering of love. It can be boredom and apathy and feeling sorry for yourself, but again, that time is to go inward. You are supposed to be bored in order to ground and integrate the energy that you've just expanded into. Now you're reflecting on that. So the Syrian Starseed deck was cut and dealt for today, 6/13, and the day adds up to 24, like I said before. There were 7 majors of the 10 main cards, and then at 12:52 to 53, which is the Queen and Knight of Swords, NG, Ma, was coming up. So NG can be explosive regarding nitroglycerin, but it also means nanogram or towards, and news group, as well as the nitroglycerin, which came up from me. That's not actually defined in there. But nitroglycerin is a highly explosive on concussion or exposure to sudden heat, used for vasodilators and dynamite, which is then safe to handle. Some of the numbers I crunched from the cards to see how they ended up. And the numbers were ending up as 5XV2, 5V197, and then 7X862. But when I canceled them all out in the ending group, I got 01986, which is so weird that all of the letters actually canceled out to only be a number, which happens to be a year, 1986, which is also the reflection of 68, which is that Page of Pentacles, opportunity or invitation. So, and that also ends up as 1986 equals none other than 24, which the day's energy today is the 24 of the Queen of Wands. We also had with NG Ma, yesterday was ING Man. So the ING is meadow, currently, shirt, to wobble, to swing, water meadow. So again, a mushy meadow, which is what you're supposed to put your feet in order to manifest lighting up a light bulb. It means house, tooth, and ink. That's ING. And then the man, of course, which we're talking about NG Ma. So here's the Ma with the N, which for me is the symbol of Christ. So, and also the 2 cards in the read, as you see in front of you, there's always 2 in the Trove Sexual Magic on this side, and then I start some over there, but the 2 together always signify something. And the 2 cards today were the 1 and the 2, which is the Magician and the High Priestess together. So I finished clarifying this read at 107, which is the Magician and the 7 of the Chariot. The major arcana were Alchemy, which is the Temperance card, the Great Wheel, or the Wheel of Fortune, Strength, Tower, Karma, which is Judgment, Solar Deity, which is the Sun, and then the Hanging Man, which of course is the Hangman. And before the read and after the read, we had 1 card on either side. Before the read was the Reflection, or the Hermit, and after the read was the Reason, or the Emperor. As far as the the elements here. We had 3 wands and 1 sword. That was it for the read, because we had so many major arcana. So 3 wands and 1 sword, which is 31, which is that 5 of wands again, the expanding and contracting, the pursuit of happiness, the games played, right? Having fun. It can be the negative or it can be the positive. It's always your perspective. And then there were 0 court cards here in the read. Before the read, the King of Wands came up, and after the read, the Knight of Wands came up. So you see there's a lot of wands here between the King and Queen of Wands yesterday and today. And in the read, we had the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands, along with only 3 numbers in the read. We had 2 ones, number 4, and 2 6s in the main part of the read. Well, actually, the main part of the read only had 1 6, but we had 2 6s altogether. So we have 11 of Justice, which is truth and balance. Again, 66 of the Queen of Pentacles, who's actually reversed on the intuition card on top of this numerology deck. And so the other numbers that came up were 16, which is the Tower. 4 was a significant number as well, which is the Emperor. 14 of the Temperance card, 46 of the 6 of Cups were all the main numbers. And then in a lesser sense, we had the 12 of the Hangman, 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, close the door. 45, which is the 5 of Cups. 56, which is the 2 of Swords. And then 68, which is the Page of Pentacles. And then in a lesser sense, 89, which for me is the Phi energy of expansion and contraction, or reflection being the center, just like the victim would be the center between the perpetrator and the savior. The one in the center, right, the monkey or the monk key in the middle turns and is able to then pull the polarities in toward them, into the middle. So the message here is the 8th, and it literally is coming up not as 8, but the 8th Ma, taking a risk. Of the 61 of the numerology deck is about self-love, where the Lover's Ace, or take a risk, alternating currents of Sophia being key, the vehicle, the chariot, the path of the saint or sweet, the home and the sunshine to the nth degree, the bridge to own, to have or expand and reflect to the nth degree, to laugh at X, or the X can also be the 8th dance, right? I always tell you about the X is the divine masculine, divine feminine, turning an 1/8 of a degree, not a quarter, but an 1/8 turn, where they both each turn an 1/8 towards each other and then become the X of the dance. To laugh at X, which is also a kiss, which I just brought up yesterday, in alternating currents or air conditioning of the path, this also can reference Atlantic City or any other AC that comes up for you, of the path of union, fully energized to the nth degree. The message also comes up here as I expand and reflect on the drawbridge to imagine equality, clean water, clean food, and to laugh with a friend, a peer, a comrade, a colleague, a crush, where we're dancing together and acing alternating currents on the path of Sophia's vehicle, her key, which is S7, to home and union, to the castle, where the sun rises and sets beautifully every day, to the nth degree, and for no reason at all. Standing in the middle of the 4D to 5D bridge, from the 3D, 4D, H, to the 5D, number 8, right? H is 8 from the 3D, the lap dance of the 2 4s put together, coming to the 5D, 8, which is then in flow, dancing between the masculine and the feminine, right? A standing up dance as opposed to a lap dance. Then the bridge itself, expanding and contracting, which is what bridges do, just like a basement floor, to the nth degree, as to say poetry, completing the examination, and imagine, think, consider, suppose, believe, Ma, in a 6 ace flat, or in other words, loaded die, so that the numbers come up 1 and 6, coming up more frequently than others, alternating between the Magician and the Lovers, and number 16, or epiphanies between them. Air-conditioned path of least resistance, patient saint home, with or in the sun, right, S-U-N or S-O-N, to the nth degree, you and me. The 8th, or 5D Ma, expanding and contracting or reflecting between, taking a risk to pass downloads, Lovers and the Magician, the Sophia 9, and the Ace 1, or Snoopy, on a path of the Empire of the Four of the Emperor, but Empire here, of the flames shining bright to the nth degree, to infinity and beyond, and their magic wands. It also came up as ownership of reflection, of thee, poetry, to imagine to the nth degree, to laugh and dance together, crazy eights or eighth notes, acing the AC or the ash, resembling saints, home in the sun to the nth degree, a tide or watermill and constable of the castle, or wheel of fortune, central standard time and concrete, arrangement of family tree, and convulsive shock treatment, perpetually living on an island, or the castle with a moat, so that S&S, or safety and security, the root chakra issues, are taken care of all the time and can focus on the dream state. An island in the sun. So the song Island in the Sun was coming up by Weezer, but also what was really coming up for me was the song Seasons in the Sun. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but we're just seasons out of time. So you can look up the words for that. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun. And that's Terry Jacks, 1974. And it's kind of a sad song, but yeah, listen to it. It says goodbye to 3 people. Goodbye to his lover, his mother, and then Michelle, which I think was the daughter in the song. Goodbye, it's hard to die when all the colors, when all the in the sky, when all the stars are in the sky. I can't remember the words exactly. We're there. Anyway, you can look up and Spirit's connecting with me, but go ahead and look up the lyrics from the Seasons in the Sun. So at 222, as I turn the page, room 222 is the guidance counselor show, the 222 of the one-to-one connection, the high priestess, the divine feminine, the natural mediator who understands both sides of the situation, the mother and son, S-U-N, the father and shun, which is the shame and guilt, the divine feminine and suffering and silence, right? Mother and son is MS, and then father and son is FS, and then the M and F, the MF, which you can take that any way you want, right? Can be the M and F, but also Monday through Friday. It's lots of different things. But the M and F and then the S and S, which is the safety and security of the root chakra and their issues, they're all just seasons in the sun. We have the 6 of Wands reversed as the first underlying card here. With the mini cards on top, I go 5 down and then 5 out at the end to make it a 21 card read for the world and completion. The 6 of Wands is reversed, and below that is the 8 of Pentacles upright, 5 of Wands reversed, the 3 of Pentacles reversed, reflection reversed, and the King of Wands reversed. So working to align, to end conflict and work issues, perhaps going crazy, over isolating, and now coming out, the King of Wands reversed, feeling a failure, in need of attention under the radar, walking away from loss and regret. And then I was getting, oh, good grief, Charlie Brown, and into that good night, sad to see them go, leaving behind 3 plus 2, fixing 3 before they left. Satisfied King of Pentacles, happy with himself, but the Queen of Wands reversed is in the dumps. Now Lucy shows off, but is actually envious that Charlie knows who he is. Heartbroken lovers, or divine masculine in separation, with happy 3 of 10 cups and stable 2 of 10 pentacles in a split, as the Fool splits or leaves, free to leap, to the Queen of Wands reversed and Hermit reversed, or the Queen of Wands reversed is the Aries, with Virgo and Aquarius in their chart. Depressed or unable to get off the ground, or Virgo and Aquarius both reversed, recovering from exile and or destitution. The King of Pentacles may be single here, and the Queen of Wands reversed dumped, Or the Queen of Wands reversed split from love. It's like she split away from having everything, right? The way it looked, right? The ideal lover, the Ten of Cups upright, the Ten of Pentacles upright, families, or business and community. But first time out of the nest, they fell into depression and came crawling back. After she left, dumping everything on the King of Wands reversed, to stay with the King of Pentacles upright, which could be anyone, but it could be a father perhaps as well, or perhaps a new man. Or issues between the King of Wands reversed and the King of Pentacles upright at work, perhaps the Queen of Wands reversed got between them, or broke up best friends. Or Jack fell and Jill took the fall, and now both are trying to recover and get back on the wall perhaps, or with the Ten of Cups and or Ten of Pentacles family, but the ceiling leak is now wide open, going crazy trying to get back in. Or the quote-unquote perfect lovers with the Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles families split. The Fool ran off with the Queen of Wands reversed and failed, or brother and sister thought they could make it on their own, but didn't. And we have Gemini and Aries upright here, and Virgo and Aquarius reversed right here. Or the King of Wands reversed manipulated the Queen of Wands reversed to leave the King of Pentacles when she didn't want to, or kids trying to make it on their own, or the star professional who had turned people away is now in need of their help or getting them to come back. Coming clean, getting clean, or cleaning up the act or space, choosing a new path but needing to clear up debt or inequity first, blockhead letting go of Scroogey ways to fix, repair, or make amends, first offering 60%, but will give it all if they have to. 1 foot in and out of the door, the master of the fence, and not making decisions one way or the other. Straddling and playing both sides, so they can always play on the winning team at 256, which is the High Priestess, and the Two of Swords. But now the captain is going down with both crews or ships. Right? So we have those two families, the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, which can be both inner families, or one's the inner family and one's the outer family, and always straddling the fence between two, so they can always be on the winning side. We have this could be the one, and beneath that, heart-to-heart conversations, the downturn with temptation, feeling castrated by two women in downturn trying to mark their territory, or participating in sex parties, or ball and chain, or cutting off all women due to found the one and marking their territory, in a losing battle with a view to a kill or to die for, or a natural view, ending conflict with the spy who loved me, the King of Pentacles upright, Superman, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, Clark Kent, unable to function in his mortal persona, or two women found out that he peed on their plants at the beach party, or just peed in public and they were mortified, and we have Libra reversed and Capricorn upright here. So chasse, plie, and do-si-do, hearts aside, and sword, cup, and mirror are off the table while flame is ignited. No more Mr. Nice Guy. The King of Pentacles superhero is in charge now. No more playing footsie or grounding now their daughter, because their daughter's in trouble. We also have intuition here of 22, which is the Fool. Was very significant, but also self-love, which is 61, which is taking a risk. But also in this deck, it's about self-love, taking a risk to love yourself first, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed here. And then why is she reversed? Is she ungrounded? Has she lost money and status? Is she all about the money and nothing else? Or is she just having a bad day? So going out of their mind, the Hermit's reversed with conditions of love, or with the King of Cups reversed, and the Page of Swords upright, which can be a message or a child, no longer patient or losing their temper. Fallen angel gone mad, or message of conditions between Virgo and Sagittarius, both reversed. Sharing, being charitable, or settling out. The Devil and the World, or Capricorn and Pisces, or tickets to Cirque du Soleil, or psyched to put their foot in a socket. And again, that could be a reference to learning how to use their energy to light up a light bulb. So the masked cowboy and the masked dancer, or tryouts for the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader here, or Cirque du Soleil. And someone's on fire, performing, and judges with really high scores, perhaps a man, though, the judge, with ulterior motives, and lots of applause, or fallen angel giving out candy to children, Capricorn upright and Pisces upright here, but Virgo and Sag reversed, so they would be the ones to look out for. The cycle's complete or done exams feel like they failed, but they don't care. They'll get over it. Letting go to fix and amend, stuck, stubborn, strike, or unable to function, or work, or move, needing to use their intuition. The Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles both reversed right here. And that can be any combination of people. It could be two siblings. It could be two people at work. It could be a relationship between the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. The most underlying energy from this read is synchronicities and cards held close to their chest with victory in taking down the field. Going forward after the read is the Two of Cups connection, but trapped in new passion or flame, present or gift at 324, which is the Empress and the Queen of Wands, which can be mother and daughter as well, or someone younger and someone older. Grounding and integrating the surrender or the wounded warrior reversed to secret high priestess or psychic abilities, or being accepted or being accepting of all different religions. In the recent past here is the Strength card upright. Through the ring of fire, anxiety, prison, trapped, implementing a plan to find peace from heartbreak of third party dumping multiple loads and or emotional attachments and no longer confused. The Queen of Pentacles reversed is no longer confused, without options now at 329, the Empress and the Three of Wands, while the King of Pentacles is committed, or is a Taurus, or no synchronicities between them in a supposed divine marriage, or a situation where all must go. At 330, which is the Empress and the 30 of the Four of Wands, the foundation here is the Wheel reversed, the downturn, the slowdown. Perhaps it's not time yet. Or Libra reversed, Knight of Swords rushes back to end the conflict, with Page of Cups reversed, or one who's rejected, or vulnerable and shy, or spoiled and entitled, in order to expose all, or to talk to their sunshine or kids, to Leo, a pet, or to free themselves from the Ten of Cups family, or a happy ending. The Knight of Swords getting their fun in the sun, and the Page of Cups reversed getting happy family, perhaps, getting then the family to themselves, or then they can get spoiled because they get them all to themselves. Libra reversed, and then Leo and Aries both upright, or fool free from kids and pets all over the place. So someone who's got a lot of pets and kids may be getting away here, or getting away for good, I don't know. The central energy here is alchemy upright, the alchemical process merging into a higher love, right at that 0 point. The King of Wands reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, and they've been coming up together for a couple of days now, and they came up together 2 places in this read. The King of Wands reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, announcing a need for help, or that all must go. Feeling a failure, surrendering to recover or let others back in, after death or near-death experience, or the never-ending story, not allowing the cycle to end. The challenge being the Four of Wands, home, the event, the celebration, the union, and finding peace and walking away for connection after working hard on a marriage, or slaving for Taurus. Atlas, weight of the world, the institution, establishment, religion, or hierophant, in downturn and the need to heal. Libra and Aquarius both reversed here. A new passion is offered after a sudden event, epiphany, or Scorpio, disaster, or sudden explosion which caused new growth and creativity. Leo upright, Libra reversed, and Sag upright, and Scorpio as well, challenged by home, a union, or party. The Knight of Swords upright, and the Knight of Wands is upright. And when the two of them are together, right, there's no stopping them, but they're both rushing back to put out the fires, leaving the world, divine feminine or Pisces, behind, and Devil or Capricorn and Cancer to their own devices, or a pool party at night where all hell breaks loose and loss, regret, with the Chariot reversed and the Empress upright, stuck, broken, emergency, or car accident, with Empress upright, satisfied to invest her time elsewhere. Like someone didn't get mixed up in this big mess because they didn't want to invest their time in that. They wanted to invest their time in something more practical. But it looks like, it's like a kid party that went wrong. There may have been a car accident that happened from that. I don't know if there's going to be any legal ramifications, but now here is the Tower upright, where there she blows, after grounding and integrating an offer of love, and messed up in front of the High Priestess, or fell for her, or secret, or was bored and bumped into them, or Pisces suddenly, the King of Wands with the Page of Cups reversed, and Cancer reversed, and Pisces upright, or the King of Wands is rejected and broken, Cancer, which completed their world. So it's like the King of Wands rejected and broke the Cancer, which then completed their world. The King of Wands suddenly powerless, dependent, or with a dependent, or suddenly lost a lot, or spent a lot on a party for kids and they ruined the place, or started a fire, or sudden loss of power, money, and independence. The Magician's upright, manifesting post-war, with the King of Wands reversed. We have the Emperor reversed and the Empress upright, coming out inspired, or with parent losing their mind and acting like a teenage child. King of Wands reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed again, with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, and fond memories of the Knight of Wands coming to the rescue when clinging to life, to tackle the boar or tackle the beast for them, right? The one they can always call for everything, to come in an emergency or in a rush, needing to heal and not getting their wish. The Page of Pentacles opportunity or invitation to lovers, manifesting magician embodiment, and the Queen of Swords upright, taming the beast, Leo, child, or pet, at 359, which is the 3 of the Empress and 59 of the 5 of Swords, which came up reversed in this read about ending the war. But we all know what happens after the war. There's PTSD to deal with, and looting, where people steal from each other because they think they can get away with it. So there may be sex magic or suddenly aroused here. Scorpio, both upright and reversed. So that can be one Scorpio who's in alternating energies, or two different Scorpios, one upright and one reversed. We also have Cancer reversed and Pisces upright and reversed. Gemini and Virgo and Sag all upright here, ending the war with the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups both reversed, and Scorpio reversed and Aquarius reversed, Leo upright, or out of control kids or pets. Or the Emperor reversed and the Empress upright, with third party coming out inspired. The Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, and loving children, pushing or pulling in an admirer, or the Knight of Wands is to the rescue, back from the dead. Or Scorpio reversed, forcing themselves on Aquarius reversed, or Child, Page of Pentacles, with a much older man. It seems voluntarily, but someone could see it as not, as a forced situation because the one might be underage. Or this Page of Pentacles could be with a much older man, or a babysitter or a pet sitter who's very fond of the magician. Again, this could be a young person who's got a crush on this person, and they could be throwing themselves at that person as well. The Queen of Swords upright, looking the other way, talking about strength, Leo, ego, pets and kids, and taming the inner beast. Soon here for the twins is Karma upright, judgment, announcement, the wake-up call of the Two of Cups connection, and the Knight of Cups upright, offering love for clarity in a split, divide, a lie, or BS due to ego or awakening, with the Page of Swords reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed, with negative self-talk, rumors, lying, and spying, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed may be lazy or stubborn or unable to function, with the Page of Pentacles upright, opportunity or invite, or a younger sibling showing them up, right? The Page of Pentacles is upright and the Knight is reversed, and the Emperor reversed may be choosing a new path, or the twin flame. Twin flames seeing themselves as the Ace of Wands upright, ignited by temptation, the devil, ball and chain, tempted by Capricorn and suffering in silence, or a sister, perhaps up at night, purging, headaches, stressed out, and the angel of a higher love, offering a big opportunity or a gift, time, money, and effort, or a new life, to end suffering now the worst is over, or paying for bliss, or car accident, or restitution for pain and suffering, A breakdown, a break up, break in, out, or through. Unable to sleep, awake and coming out. Home in union with sealed divine feminine all around the world. The angel and the devil, where the angel broke in the devil, not the other way around, to awaken them to union, authenticity, and coming full circle, or Pisces involved. Capricorn, Sag, and Pisces upright, Cancer reversed, and very soon finances and career, and let your friends help you. Around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Ace of Swords reversed, lies, split, and BS, the need for truth and clarity, present to issues at work or third party, justice post-war with the King of Swords reversed, or Libra done fighting with the King of Swords reversed, lying or verbally abusive at the workplace, or divorce, or a break that's final. The block here for the twins is the Sun upright, the full exposure of the Page of Swords reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the King of Cups reversed in a heated exchange, or causing delays after delay, or worried that they won't tell their true feelings here, or what the King of Cups reversed Leo has been doing with kids or younger co-worker behind the scenes. This could just be worries or concerns. It's, a block for you. It's not necessarily real. So very significant here, we have communication, domestic harmony, and effort. The Two of Cups lovers in the need of the harsh truth, the High Priestess awake and defenseless to the energies of the Dark Knight, the Batman, right? The death or never-ending story at night, or with Cancer, subconscious and romance. Of Scorpio and Capricorn reversed, and Capricorn up and Cancer upright in the middle, or the Hanging Man awake to depression of theirs, or a Leo. An Empress may be arrogant in implementing a new plan to screw over the lover's connection at 422, which is the Emperor, and the 22 of the Fool. Moving to peace with Gemini or Virgo upright and the Queen of Swords upright, which can be that person. Taming the beast, suffering in silence, or unable to sleep, or stressed out. The Knight of Wands upright with a slow burn or a small flame. The twin flame, or choosing a path, or with remote view abilities. And the Emperor reversed, out of control or unreasonable, and always working, trying to align at 426, which is the Emperor and the Page of Wands. Capricorn and Aquarius both reversed here. Gemini, Virgo or Gemini, and Leo are upright, as well as Aries reversed. Perhaps Sagittarius is upright here too. Under the radar, in downturn, or with Libra reversed. A new passion and need for clarity at the solar eclipse, and the strength of the Ring of Fire and alchemy or Leo and Sag explosion, challenged by the Four of Wands, home, with announcement or wake-up call or judgment exposed to all suddenly. With a sudden event or epiphany and awaken to peace in suffering, the Knight of Wands and the eyes of Laura Mars, and losing complete control while working. Feeling a failure or under the radar, a breakthrough to complete the cycle, in the slowdown or retrograde, a higher love of patience, an explosive or with epiphany and challenged by home or union, a new passion ignited, opening the crown, in a split or lie, fully exposed, ego, idea, or awakening, to find peace in time away from stress, the Knight of Wands, twin flame, or choosing to step down from control at last, at 432. And you know what comes after 432? 1. The 4 of the Emperor and the 32 of the Journey. All about becoming one. So let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards at 59:15. We're at the minute before the hour, right? The 11th hour, and it's 11:48 on the clock, which is 11 of justice, truth, and balance, and 48 of the walking away and within. And let's see what comes up in the oracle cards here. Okay, I kind of want to do something different today with the cards because I've been doing the same cards for a while. So let's start with the energy deck today and see what comes up for you guys. All right, so from the energy deck for the twin flames, These two came up right away together. The world, right? Taking a step back to see the big picture. And then we also remote viewing can be coming up here. And 29, which is the Three of Wands, which is being present in the moment at that 0 point. Oh, I'm also just getting, you know how I showed you pictures of the sun flaring the other day? Well, here they're saying the other point of view is them seeing us flaring, right? When big waves of expansion come up or conflicts come up, they actually can see it in our aura here. Very interesting. And then we have the garden and the gate of the little girl with anxiety about going out, but there's two butterflies here trying to lead her out of there into union. You notice we have 29 and 30. Leading in the 11th hour of union is being present in the moment. And there's the home, is the castle, and there's the gate. And actually my little white butterfly, ever since our hamster died many, many years ago, I had buried him out front. And ever since he died, every season there's always a white moth or butterfly who follows me around all the time. I was doing some gardening in the front yard this morning, and my white butterfly was following me everything I did. So again, the white butterflies here are trying to lead the way, lead you to come out and play. And then we have the cornucopia, come out and play in nature, the abundance of nature, how much fun it is out here to get the sunshine and breathe the fresh air and see the pretty flowers and the green and all the colors that are there. So, oh, one more card needed to be seen. So someone wants someone to cross the bridge, and we talked a lot about the drawbridge today. They're packing their bags, they're ready to go, which is funny because my son left today with his bags and going on a journey after having stayed in a house for a long time. And it can be children or adults who have anxiety issues about leaving the house, because a lot of people like that right now. Being called to come out and play now, right? You've seen the big picture, you've taken a step back. You can see the flares from the earth, just like you can see the flares from the sun. So can they see us and what's going on with us. That there may be some anxiety that needs to be cleared, which can be cleared by coming out and playing with the cornucopia of things, right? A lot of abundance and thanksgiving, giving thanks, and going on a journey of the two. So again, we have 11, which is written as 11/2, the two of the High Priestess and the Divine Feminine energy, with justice and truth and balance of being present in the moment to union, right? Once you've found your footing or your grounding, then enjoy your abundance that's all around you. Maybe go through the woods to grandmother's house we go, or go somewhere new that you don't have to pack your bags, but maybe you can take a different route that you haven't taken before. Try something new. And then we have the underlying energy, which is the angel of love. Just be love. Love yourself first, and just allow that exude to everything around you. The 49 is the getting your wish. When you love yourself, the universe repays you in kind by giving you what you want. The underlying energy was financial constraints with 13 and transition, which doesn't have to be financial. This can be any kind of practical constraints. But because you were going through transition, right, they needed to keep you light so you could love yourself and find new meaning in that, right, in order to get your wish. So learning to love yourself first, taking a step back. When those anxieties come up, feeling them and loving your inner child, and giving thanks for all you have. And then going on a new journey, going out to play, to discover new worlds and new things about yourself. So let's see what comes up with, what do I want? We're going to use the Metatron deck today here, okay? So let's see what comes up with Metatron. As one of the flame on the left just went out at 11:53. Which is the Knight of Swords, the catapult, sudden justice. So what's coming up here for the twin flames? Ah, the castle. Look at that. My whole thing from the union was all about the castle at the 0 point. And you see how they show the... Wait, there's 2 more cards I want to be seeing. There's actually a few. Okay. I just want to pull out the cards before I drop them. So in the drawing I showed you, right, the drawbridge looks like a triangle because it comes out like that in the picture. And then instead of the smoke coming up like in my picture, here's the moon, you know, making the circle of the cup energy as opposed to the flame energy around the castle. But it's so cool. The castle came up in lilac, and it was so interesting because I think they were California lilac trees at my brother's house when I was out there. I was asking them because they're such pretty purple trees. Higher realms and magic with 54, which is the Page of Swords, the message. So again, the message about the castle. They want you to pay attention to that. And the underlying energy, I love that the castle came out because I had my little drawing there with the castle. And then we have ancestors here at the bottom. 34 is the 8 of Wands, the energetic exchange of all that's gone before you. You are the culmination of all that. You don't have to keep looking back anymore because you are in the moment all of this. Show appreciation and healing for your ancestors here. Again, there's a big energy calling to show gratitude. Underneath that is the dimensional gateway, an invitation. Again, the invitation coming up, the 33 of the Christ vibration, and the 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself, taking the higher ground, the higher love of the Christ consciousness, the unity dimensional gateway, and to thank your ancestors for all that they've done in making you who you are today. Show appreciation and healing to the others who have come before you in energetic exchange, and that could be in payment as well. And then after the castle, we have the cosmos of mirrors and you, and the 20 of judgment. So again, I was just showing you how the earth looks like we see the sun, and again, them saying that the cosmos mirrors us. So whatever we do is reflected everywhere, not just here. And there's judgment there, right? A wake-up call that what we do doesn't just affect ourselves, it affects everyone around us, our family, our neighborhood, our world, but also our galactic world as well. Whoop, I almost dropped the card. And then the wake-up call, again, which I just said, listen and take note. The 11 of truth and balance in justice, in gaining your wings, and the clarion call. Okay, so this is the clarion call, not only just to the earth, but to our galactic family as well. We have indigo, mystery, and the mastery of life. Again, the child who sees the light. They understand their connection, their family, their home. Of the 21 of completion and coming full circle. The mystery and the mastering of life. Coming back to yourself, right? Because we have the veil of illusion, but now the veil is getting thinner and thinner as we all come back to source, but not through transitioning in death, but by transitioning to the 5D, which we get to actually experience becoming our true self again, our authentic self. And look at all the purples in this. All right, so we had all of these cards. This came out, then these two, and then this one separately. So we had one, and then the 2 in the middle. But look how purple they all are. So much third eye to crown energy here and above, right? Your galactic connections. And the underlying energy of not forgetting your ancestors and where you came from in the 3D, right? But all of that is who you are now. You are everything collectively. And again, supported by the invitation of the gateway of unity consciousness, the Christ consciousness here. Because of what Christ started so long ago. So this is coming from like Christ, and all that bridge from him to now is another bridge that was crossed already. And now you're crossing a new bridge. Okay? To a higher consciousness. Really cool energies here. Okay. Now, I do want to still do the animal cards and the journey of love. I won't do the galactic today since we already brought some galactic stuff up, but what does the animal deck want to tell you? For the twin flames. Twin flames, today is June 13th, 2021. June 13th, 2021. Again, it's the 11th hour, 11:59. It's right before noon. So the snake. And you know what I always say about this card? It's the rainbow bridge complete all around the world that now has transferred its color into the earth. The snake. The Kundalini rising. Look at that. Wow. The sea serpent. And look how it's confirming what I just told you. Over here, it wasn't quite closed, but here it is. Once it's sealed, the colors from the 4D bridge can then transfer into the center, which is the earth. And then we have the firefly expanding their light, expressing their light. And also the eye comes up here. It's like all in the third eye until it closes and seals. And then the whole earth becomes awakened. Like this is, the higher spirituality, right? Those are the star seeds. And once this closes and we get that 4D bridge all the way around the world, then it transfers to the collective. And then we have the firefly who just needs to exude their light. And there is the dragonfly as well. And remember the dragonfly, right? When they mate, they look like a stick, and then they land on a plant and collapse into a heart beating. Two hearts that beat as one. So that's coming up because you see, like, this is like a mini version of the dragonfly. They may be different, but they're also the same. One may be more inward and one may be more outward. But they're both, in this example, they're both coming up as air. A lot of air here. The underlying energy in this deck is the spider. Look at all the colors in the spider. The rainbow of the web. Like the rainbow bridge, right? Weaving the web all the way around, the grid all the way around the world. So they're reflecting the perspective of what this rainbow bridge is from all different angles, right? Like the snake around the world, or the etheric grid all the way around the world in rainbow. Or then the spider is just waiting at 0 point. They're just waiting for for that bridge to close. And now it's closed. It's saying it was open. And then we had to depend on our third eye. But now the rainbow has come into the collective. So now it's time for union. And then we have the camel with the blue moon. And the blue is that, it was just coming up too. Blue is all about peace and the throat chakra here. The camel's very independent. I'm going to read you about the camel because he came up the other day too. So I'll read you the snake and the camel, but I want to read you the camel first because the camel came up, I think it was yesterday. And that was the one I didn't read. So we'll read the camel today. The camel's resourceful, independent, and they know oneself. The camel can handle absolutely anything as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenge with ease. Even in the face of excess heat, which is also judgment or anger, the camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water. So again, the two polarities and the mediator of the camel, okay? So bringing fire and water into balance and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. When they're in balance, they're dehydrated and lack vitality. When they need balance, they go on a pilgrimage. So this could be, this could be twins coming together into union and going on a pilgrimage, right, to get away from everyone else so they can, seal the deal, so to speak. This is pretty profound, you guys. And then the snake, which is, it opened right up to the snake. Guardian of the unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is a symbol for our highest potential. It is said that the Shakti, or our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there is no more time to waste. When in balance, they're prosperous, creative, and charismatic. But when they're out of balance, they start and stop many things. To bring themselves into balance, Kundalini yoga and meditation. So making sure that you meditate every day right now is really important. So you're either being called to mediate others in relationships, right, who are in polarity, or coming into your own union, and perhaps with a mediator. Maybe going away with a friend or a mediator, or just traveling to do it alone. So yeah, there's a couple different situations coming up there, but all of them very profound. And you see how the two snakes come up together, and then the two firefly type energies of the dragonfly and the firefly both came up, right? This on a smaller scale, but very, very bright light. And this on a larger scale, very, very bright love, right? With the landing on the plant and becoming a heart shape when they mate. So again, very much representing the twins, right? The two sides of the same coin. They're both the same, but they're both different. They're both the same, but they're both different. And then having something mediating, whether it's just a trip or an extra energy around to help mediate. Very cool. All right, let's see the journey of love. Journey of love. Journey of love. All right, two cards again came up, and a third. The bottom of the deck is the Swan. 67 is the Knight of Pentacles. The Loyal Humble Servant, very simple, black and white. The Swan is beautiful. And there's the simple ones, Devotion to the Small again with the Journey, okay? Keeping it simple, right? Love yourself first, devotion to the small, your inner child first, and then other vulnerables like children and people who need help, and then being the humble, loyal servant of the Swan, where the beauty is within and without. And then what came up? First, these two came up. God speaks in her grace, which is what came up yesterday. How beautiful is that? That's my title yesterday, so I'm not going to repeat them again. They're saying it again. God speaks her grace. The Christ Sophia energy of the 33 and the 17, right? The Christ and the star. And then this is the cover of the deck, self-initiation, number 12, the Hangman. Wisdom, seeing new perspective, right? The Epiphany. Here's the masculine and the feminine, the polarities together in self-initiation. And hanging out together, seeing new perspectives. Really beautiful there. I can read your self-initiation. It is the card of the deck. See, there's the cover of Journey of Love. And number 12. And today's the 13th, which is gifts received after I read this. Self-initiation. You're being touched by a wave of your own light and motion. You can feel the blessings and love that are flowing towards you from within you in an upsurging wave of love. This is your own pure divine nature. You can choose to empower another as the carrier of your own divinity, of course, and sometimes if you're not quite ready to recognize your own divine essence, this needs to be. Yet at any moment you can choose to recognize that it is you who are initiating yourself into love, that you are the being of light, the divine that is drawing you forward into yourself. At any moment you can choose to recognize yourself. Will this be such a moment? This oracle holds a message for you. There are many teachers on this path, some humble, some wise, some great companions on your life journey, and some who will enter in and out of your life quickly, perhaps imparting a helpful word or teaching you a more challenging lesson about trusting and relying on your own wisdom. The greatest teacher, however, is life itself. You can trust your own experiences and know that it is the divine spark within you, the life within you, that is the one true teacher who carries you home in awakened reunion with the divine. And it simply states, how easy to love. The words flow when it is right. I dare not tell you. Okay, make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature. follow your own guidance, so do it if you want to. And as always, as we go into the next moment, rise and be love. Bye. Bye, guys. See you soon.